Riddle me this, mother lekker. This problem is going viral right now and it's being shared with the claim that only a genius could solve it and that 99% fail. Many people are arguing about what the correct answer is. In this video I'm going to explain what many people believe to be the correct answer. Can you figure it out? Give this problem a try and when you're ready keep watching the video for the solution. So before you start computing the final answer you should look very closely at the last line. The shape are different from the shape in the previous line. For example, the clock in the final line shows 2 o'clock but in the previous line it shows 3 o'clock. Furthermore, the bananas in the final line have bunches of 3 bananas as compared to the other bunches in the equations which have 4 bananas. Finally, the last shape has only 11 edges compared to the other shape in the figures which has 15 edges. So in order to solve this problem we're going to have to figure out numerical values that we can figure out and apply to the final line. So let's try and see if there's any logical structures to these equations. We'll start out with the first equation. We have 3 of these shapes which are equal to 45. This simplifies to one hexagon being equal to 15. However, it's not just a hexagon. If you look closely at the shape it consists of a hexagon which has 6 edges, a pentagon which has 5 edges and a square which has 4 edges. We're going to have to figure out a value for the edges in order that we can figure out a value for the shape in the final line. So we can simplify this if we count the total number of edges. This shape has 15 edges and it's equal to 15. So we can conclude that 1 is equal to 1. We will take this information and use this to solve the next equation. We can replace the hexagon figure with the value of 15 that we just figured out. We now have 2 bunches of bananas that will be equal to 23 minus 15 which is 8. We can simplify that a single bunch of bananas is equal to 4. Now look closely at this bunch of banana. There are 4 bananas in the bunch and that's equal to 4. So that would simplify to mean 1 banana is equal to 1. We'll take this information and use it to solve the next equation. We have a bunch of 4 bananas which we know will be equal to 4. We're adding that to 2 o'clock would show 3 o'clock, and that's going to be equal to 10. When we take 10 minus 4 we get 6, so we have 2 o'clock showing 3 o'clock, that's equal to 6. We can simplify that 1 o'clock showing 3 o'clock is equal to 3. Now since 3 o'clock is equal to 3 that would suggest that each hour is equal to 1. We now have the information needed to evaluate the last line. We start out with the clock that shows 2 o'clock. Since each hour is equal to 1 we can assign a value of 2 here. We now have a bunch of bananas where each bunch has 3 bananas. So each banana is equal to 1, we can say each bunch has a value of 3. We finally have a shape, and there are 11 edges in total to the shape. We're missing the square from the previous figure in the earlier equation. Since each edge is equal to 1, 11 edges would be equal to 11. So we're now ready to evaluate this expression. But we have to remember one more thing: we have a multiplication in this equation, so we need to evaluate that first according to the order of operation. 3 times 11 is equal to 33. We have 2 plus 3 plus 33. So what's our final answer? 2 plus 3 plus 33 is equal to 38, and that's the answer to this puzzle. Did you figure it out?
Riddle me this, mother lekker.